All right, welcome back. Like I said from the last video, we're going to tackle questions 4 and 5 now. They're the last specific questions. The reason I think this is a specific question is because um, question 5, question 4 says, which reaction does Akira most fear from Chi? And question 5 actually provides line references. It's only going to be in 4 areas where four line references where we can figure out specifically where it is. So while this is sort of general, it's probably a little bit more specific than, say, numbers 1 and 2 or number 6, which we'll do last. So again, it says, which reaction does Akira fear most from Chi? We've already read for what? We've read all to, I think, lines 41, 42. We've read through lines 42. And in order to this question, it's a possibility that we have to read further because we've read lines 33. We haven't read any of these to 71, 72. So I pasted at least until line 76. So we can read another piece in order to answer questions number 4 and 5. So I know that we've read all of this. I think we left off of here. The last thing we read was, normally I would approach you more properly, but yeah, so Akira received word, opportunity to go to America as a dentist for Seattle's Japanese community. So let's start from here. Congratulations, Chi said with amusement. That is an opportunity, I'm sure. But how am I involved? Even noting Naomi's breathless reaction to the name card, Chi had no idea. Akira's message, delivered like a formal speech, filled her with maternal amusement. You know how children speak so earnestly, so hurriedly, so endearingly about things that have no importance in an adult's mind? That's how she viewed him, as a child. It was how she viewed Naomi. Even though Naomi was 18 and training endlessly in the arts needed to make a good marriage, she had made no effort to find her a husband. Akira blushed. Depending on my response, I may stay in Japan. I've come to ask for Naomi's hand. Suddenly, Chi felt the dampness of the night. Does Naomi know anything of your ambitions? We have an understanding. Please don't judge my candidacy by the unseemliness of this proposal. I ask directly because the use of a go-between takes much time. Either method comes down to the same thing, a matter of parental approval. If you give your consent, I become Naomi's Yoshi. We'll live in the house of Fuji. Without your consent, I must go to America to secure a new home for my bride. Eager to make his point, he'd been looking her full in the face. Abruptly, his voice turned gentle. I see I've startled you. My humble apologies. I'll take no more of your evening. My address is on my card. If you don't wish to contact me, I'll reapproach you in 2 weeks' time. Until then, good night. All right, so now we've read about enough to answer question number 4. So which reaction does Akira most fear from Chi? Now, we still have to do the same thing, kind of go through the passage and find our answer. We got to answer it first before jumping to the answer choices. Now, we can use these lines in line 5 to kind of help us in terms of where to look. So line 33, his voice was soft, refined. Well, that has nothing to do with what Akira fears most. 49 through 51, let's see, starting from you and mind. You know how children speak so earnestly, so hurriedly, so endearingly about things that have no importance in an adult's mind. Well, again, that does not have anything to do with which reaction Akira fears most from Chi. How about 63 through 64? This is actually what Akira is saying to Chi. We have an understanding. Please don't judge my candidacy by the unseemliness of this proposal. So Akira says, hey, please don't judge my candidacy by the unseemliness of this proposal. Meaning, don't think my, you know, my character, my candidacy, don't judge it by the, because you think my proposal is unseemly. So that could work. Akira is afraid that she thinks that his proposal is unseemly. So maybe. And then lines 71 through 72, eager to make his point, he'd be looking for full in the face. Again, really that has nothing to do with, or doesn't give us any information of which reaction does Akira fear most from Chi. So again, we can go back here and say, well, which reaction to answer it ourselves? We can just rip it right from the passage. Akira doesn't want Chi to think his candidacy is unseemly. So that's our answer. Now let's go to the answer choices and start eliminating. So D, she will underestimate the sincerity of his emotions. No, we said that Akira is afraid that Chi thinks his proposal is unseemly. She will consider his unscheduled visit an imposition. Nope. Our answer was she would think Akira's proposal is unseemly. She'll mistake his earnestness for immaturity. Nope. She'll consider his proposal inappropriate. Well, that's what unseemly means. Unseemly means inappropriate. She'll consider that his candidacies, she judged the candidacy by his inappropriate proposal, and that's what A says. And that's found in lines 63 through 64. So in this case, a lot of times with these double questions where one question asks a question and then the next question says which provides the best evidence, you can sometimes use these line references to narrow down where to look rather than looking through the entire passage. So now we've got done with 4 and 5. All we have to do is questions 1, 2, and 6, the general questions. So we'll do that in the next video. See you there.